Good morning, everyone. Elie Wiesel famously once said, "What is the opposite of love?" And he said the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. When it comes to the holiday of Pesach, more than any other holiday, we concern ourselves with the well-being of others. We go out and give ma'ot chitim to provide for the needy. We invite everyone to the Pesach Seder. We have many holidays, but there's only one holiday that we say, whoever's hungry, let them come and eat. We make sure that we're not indifferent to the plight of others. There's a verse in the beginning of this week's Torah portion that talks about the Mizbeach, the altar, and it says, Eish tamid tukad al Mizbeach lo tichbeh. Now this verse is read as follows: a perpetual, continuous fire shall burn upon the altar, comma, lo tichbeh, it should never be extinguished. But the question is, once it says it's continuous and perpetual, why does it have to say it should not be extinguished? Continuous means that it's never extinguished. So the Mezritcher Magid, the Hasidic master, says, read it this way. Eish tukad al mizbeach. If you have a continuous fire burning upon your altar, which altar? Just like there's a mishkan in place, there's a mishkan in the person. The mishkan, your body is a tabernacle, a dwelling place for God. And the Mizbeach in the altar represents the heart. And on your heart you have to have a perpetual fire, a fire of passion, of love for another human being. And when you have a perpetual flame burning in your heart, a fire of love for other human beings, then lo, meaning no, all negativity, all perverseness, all destructive emotions and negativity, tichpeh, will be consumed. Meaning if you love people, then all your negative feelings are automatically consumed. You know, you never look at your own children in a negative light. You look at them to see how to correct them, but you don't see the bad in your children. You tend to see the good. Why? Because you love them. If you have a heart filled with love towards somebody, you see the good. If you loved every person properly, you would only see the good in them. And one rabbi was very famous for having the ability to always see the good in people, no matter what. And therefore, because he had a fire of love, lo tichba, the lo, all negative feelings were always consumed on the altar. He always saw good. It was the famous Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Barditchev. And not only did he always see good, he went out of his way to find the good in other people. And one famous story as we approach the holiday of Pesach. He lived in Russia, in the city of Barditchev. And one year, famously, just a few hours before the Seder, he called some Jews from his town into his office. And he said, listen, I need a favor. He said, Rabbi, anything, what can we do for you? He said, I need you to find from a Jewish home a slice of bread. They looked at him, Rabbi, it's Seder in 2 hours. Everyone burnt the chametz this morning. They searched last night. There's no bread in a Jewish home in Berditchev. He said, look, I'm desperate. I need a piece of bread. Don't ask any questions. Just get me a piece of bread from a Jewish home. They said, Rabbi, we can't find it. He said, I'm willing to pay a lot of money. He says, we can't find it in a Jewish home. He says, okay, forget about a bread. Get me a few crumbs from a Jewish home. He says, Rabbi, they cleaned in every corner. Every crumb is gone. He said, okay. Then he called some Russian mafia people who worked on the black market. Called them into his office and said, listen, I need a favor. He said, what do you want? He said, I need all the illegal substances. I need firearms. I need tobacco. I need alcohol. Whatever was illegal. And I'm willing to pay. He said, Rabbi, if you're willing to pay, we get you as much as you want. No problem. He said, okay, I'll get back to you. And when they left, he turned to God and he said a prayer. He said, Almighty God, look at your people, Israel, the Jewish people. The Russian government, they have armies, they have KGB, they have police officers, they have jails, they have torture chambers. But they can't enforce their laws. Any illegal substance I want, I can buy. But you, Hashem, you don't have an army, you don't have a KGB, you don't have a prison, you don't have a police force. You have a Torah. And you wrote one little verse in your Torah, 7 days you should not eat any chametz. And in all of Barditchev, now one Jewish home has a crumb of chametz. Who is like your people Israel, Hashem? Bless your people Israel with Aziz and Pesach. That was the Barditcheva. When your heart is filled with love for someone, you look for the good, you find the good, you only see the good, and you never see anything negative. May we be blessed with such eyes.